Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. See things differently. Thinking about crocodile tears and scissors today. Today our fun challenge was about seeing things differently, and we were going to find and draw different pictures on using a scissor. So we could trace the scissors on a piece of paper, or we could just look at it and see different things in it. I love those puzzles. I don't know where I first got exposed to them, probably in college, maybe even in high school. Probably in high school. If I think back, it was probably in high school when you see a picture and it's two different things, and what you see in it doesn't really tell you anything about you. But it's fun and a challenge to see if you can see both of the things that they're depicting. There's an old lady and a young lady one. There's all kinds of them. There's words like that with black and white darkened out. Really fun puzzles. I love those, especially since I'm visually challenged. I love puzzles and ways of of seeing things differently, of looking at things differently. So today I was thinking about seeing things, and it's really interesting because I'm doing Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, by the way, and this is my journey as I transition from the brick and mortar world to the online world, from the corporate world to the online world, and what I've been going through. Obviously, it's day 928, so I haven't figured it all out yet, right? And even if I figured it all out, I would still come and talk to you and tell you what I'm doing, because I want you to have those answers as well. Well, as I'm documenting my journey, I like to do, I've landed on challenges. I freaking love challenges. I've been challenged my entire life and had to overcome a lot of things just like you have, and that's caused me to really settle into understanding, well, why do I behave the way I do? Why have I thought and done the things that I've done, and have I learned the lesson I need to learn from that so I don't repeat some of the same mistakes that I've made? And I'm finding that I'm not alone. I'm not the only one that screws things up until I get it right, or just keeps screwing things up and moving through my life and making it a whole lot harder than it has to be. So that's why I am sharing this journey, is if I can help just one person, you, avoid even one of the mistakes I've made, then it's been worthwhile. It's worth the time and energy, and it's worth the embarrassment with some of the stories I share to show up every day, to show up and help in any way that I can. So today's fun challenge, and I found that I want to feel a certain way more often. So this year, and thank goodness this year, I picked fun. So I do one fun thing every day, or I look for one fun thing in every day. Yesterday, made taffy with my granddaughter. And I gotta tell you, I forgot about making taffy and what a mess it was. And her little hands were like stuck together like glue. It was so funny. And I mean, she thought it was funny too, or I wouldn't be laughing. But it was such a mess, but it was still fun. And we learned a whole lot of lessons that I had forgotten, because I haven't made taffy since I was a little girl with my mom. So next time we make taffy, it'll be a lot more fun and a lot less messy. But we look for something fun. So every day, during COVID or not, I am looking for something fun, some fun experience that she and I can have, or that I can just have on my own, so that when bad things happen, I don't freak out. Now, I haven't told him yet, but yesterday I interviewed an amazing man. And I haven't done interviews for a while, but I thought, geez, I want to start adding interviews back into my podcast. So I interviewed Matt Gagnon, and he is an amazing, or Gagnon, I think. I pronounce his name Gagnon because it's Gagnon, and it's really Gagnon. The G is silent. So, interviewed him, amazing interview, incredible man. I have so much respect for him. He is doing some really cool things, and he just started a new business along with his other business during COVID-19, which to me is really, really exciting. It's exciting to see people taking the situation and making it work for them, because that's all we can ever do, right? We take whatever life dishes out for us, and we figure out a way to make it work for us. If we don't make it work for us, it's going to work against us. So I interviewed him, left my computer, went for my walk, because every day I need to do something to keep moving and getting some physical exercise, especially during COVID, when we're not going out and about and interacting with people and doing the things we normally do one-on-one and in person. I still need to get outside every day. I need fresh air and sunshine. Even if the sun isn't shining, I need fresh air. So went for my walk, came back, and lo and behold, the video is gone. The video, the audio, the whole file, everything, it didn't save. And I don't know where it is. I've looked everywhere that I could, and so I got to call him this morning. It's too early still today, and I know he coaches people till at least 8 a.m. and I don't want to interrupt him. So I have to let him know that I lost the video, and do we want to do the interview again, or what does he think? If he wants to, awesome, because I think it's great to share an amazing person like him. And if he doesn't, that's okay too. I understand. He might be too busy. So it's embarrassing, right? In the past, I only remember one other time. I was doing a women's summit in early 2019, and one of the interviews didn't work. And the lady actually was delighted to redo it because it's the first interview she'd ever done, and she was excited to be able to redo it. Lucked out there. And I didn't freak out then either. It's just I had to call her and say, hey, here's what happened. It didn't save. I don't know why. I've been looking for it everywhere. Do we want to redo the interview? If you want to be part of the summit, we're going to redo the interview. So we did, and it was fine. And so I'll do the same thing with Matt. But if I weren't focusing on challenges and getting to be a better person, I probably would have freaked out over that. I would have been all upset and gotten all stressed out. But now it's just, you know what? Life happens, and we need to understand and be okay with knowing that stuff's going to happen, and we're going to have to decide how we're going to respond to it. We can let the world beat us up and tell us how to respond, or we can let other people convince us how we should act or respond, or we can decide for ourselves. I say, I'm going to decide for myself. So that happened last night. I think the reason I started talking about this was I'm going through 2 other people's challenges right now. And even though I'm leading my own challenge, I'm always learning and I'm always growing and I'm always doing other people's stuff too, because I love to see how they do things and how they present things. And I'm doing a challenge with a lady I've known for 4 years, 3 years, 17, 18, 19, 4 years, just about 4, actually over 4 years. So I've known her for 4 years, and she's doing a really incredible job with something, and she's modeling another one of our I don't want to say mentors, let's say mentors. She's modeling one of our other mentors and doing a brilliant job of it. And it's opened my eyes to why haven't I been doing this? I've seen the same thing and known for 4 years now, 3 years for sure, that I could and should and need to be doing this, yet I'm not doing it. So I need to do some introspection today and say, okay, well, I know what I need to do, but why am I not doing it? Why have I been resisting it? Why am I saying no to what I know works and not doing it? And so that's the kind of thing we need to always do. We need to always be looking at ourselves and saying, and we don't do better until we know better. But sometimes we know and we hear it over and over and over again, and we still don't do it. So we got to figure out what our resistance is to that and why we're saying no to it, why we're not doing it, and why we're not taking it and making it our own. I think a lot of mine is I don't want to do what everybody else is doing yet. I don't have to do what everybody else is doing. I get to just do me and figure out how the things I know and the things I've learned apply to my unique situation and the people I'm here to serve. Because we're all here to work with and be with and serve different people. That's the cool thing about our planet and our life and living right now. There is plenty to interrupt us in our video. There's plenty to go around for everybody, absolutely positively everybody. And even though the news and the media tries to keep us scared and down and small, teeny tiny small, it's okay to bust out of that and be you. So Get Up and Go Challenge today was all about progress, making progress, the P in our SOAP framework. I love frameworks. I've always loved frameworks and systems and processes and procedures. It's the nerdy engineer in me. I like to have a step-by-step process or situation or way of doing things, especially repetitive things or things that are really, really important. Things that are important to my health and safety, my well-being, my livelihood would fall into that. I like to systematize and have automatic processes that deal with all of those things. So frameworks are right up my alley. So the SOAP framework came pretty easily during COVID-19 in terms of how do I want to show up? How do I want to serve? How do I want to help? Given sometimes when I feel like we're helpless, like there's nothing we can do, there's always something we can do. So that was Get Up and Go Challenge. Crocodile tears was our idiom today for Supersize Your Business. People probably wonder, well, why do you get online and share those idioms? One guy commented on one of my videos, gosh, probably about a week ago now, and I didn't even see it, and I probably wouldn't have seen it except one of my amazing friends came to my rescue and came to my defense and said, you know, why are you asking this? And then she ended up in that same day making a video about it to the guy and to me saying, you know what, if you live in a glass house, don't throw stones. If you're not doing something and you don't understand why somebody else is doing it, ask them privately, don't call them out in public. It's the same thing I say about feedback and information. If you want to give somebody feedback and you really want to help them, guess what? You don't do it in a negative comment on their social media. You direct message them, or you find another way to get in touch with them in a positive way to ask them a question or give them that feedback. And you know what? At some point, other people don't care what you think. They're doing themselves, and as soon as you're okay with being yourself and doing what's right for you, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, which is probably why I never even noticed the guy's comment until my friend pointed it out. But it was kind of cool how she got all bent out of shape about it and defended me and why and what I'm doing to this person, and then made a whole video about it and talked to her whole community about it, because it's one of the messages I share too. It's like, you know what? Don't worry so much about what other people are doing. Just be concerned with what you're doing and what you're creating in the world and in your life and on the planet. So that's it. That's what I'm working on today. Challenge, get up and go challenge today. And then again, I'm doing 2 other people's challenges. One is with ClickFunnels, because we know I love ClickFunnels, so I'm doing their high ticket sales funnel. Already got that in place, but I want to see if there's any holes or anything missing in what I'm doing, because I, like everybody else, I'm always learning and growing and trying to figure out better ways of doing things. That's it. Have an awesome day. If I can help you in any way, ask in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow, just letting you in on what's working and what's not as I transition from the brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world. Take care.